Podcast 2, ACR Annual Meeting and Chapter Leadership Conference.
In 2001, the ACR Council, by resolution, combined the former Chapter Leaders Meeting with the ACR Annual Meeting to establish the ACR Annual Meeting and Chapter Leadership Conference, or AMCLC. This podcast will orient members on what to expect and prepare for to ensure a successful meeting. The ACR Annual Meeting and Chapter Leadership Conference is held during the spring of each year in Washington, D.C. The meeting is generally for 4 days, with the Council convening on the first 3 days of the meeting. The fourth day is designated for visits to Capitol Hill. The first day of the meeting includes caucus meetings, reports to the Council, candidate presentations, the presidential address, and fellowship convocation. The ACR elections are held on the second day of the meeting, which also includes the Morton Lecture, Reference Committee open sessions, an open microphone session, and preparation for Capitol Hill visits. The third day of the meeting includes the installation of new officers, an economics session, the presentation of chapter and RADPAC awards, and the consideration of Reference Committee reports. Reference committees are appointed by the Speaker to conduct open hearings on the business of the college during the AMCLC. The reference committees are composed of 4 or more counselors. Open reference committee hearings are conducted on Monday. The committee members meet in closed session to recommend the disposition of the resolutions assigned to it based on the testimony heard. The reference committee produces a report that is considered by the Council on Tuesday. A credentials committee is appointed by the Speaker to certify registrants who have the right to vote and determine whether or not a quorum is present at meetings of the Council. The Credentials Committee is composed of at least 3 counselors. The Tellers Committee is appointed by the Speaker to assure that elections are run fairly and smoothly, and if needed, to take vote counts during Council sessions. The Tellers Committee is typically composed of at least 4 counselors. During the AMCLC, at least 1 CSC member is assigned to each reference committee, and 1 or 2 members are assigned as liaisons to regional or subspecialty caucuses. In their liaison role, CSC members help to facilitate discussion and understanding of resolutions and other major issues that may come before the Council at the AMCLC. They also facilitate discussion and resolution of chapter or subspecialty issues through ongoing calls made to each organization represented on the Council during the year. A member of the RFS is also assigned to each reference committee. Additionally, CSC members take an active role in the debate of resolutions during Reference Committee open sessions and as needed during Reference Committee reports to the Council. Caucuses are unofficial meetings held during the AMCLC. These meetings are often comprised of loosely affiliated regional chapters or may represent a subspecialty or other similar group. During caucuses, participants discuss the resolutions and other issues that may come before the Council. Members of the CSC attend to help facilitate discussion and understanding. ACR elections are held on Monday morning. Information on candidates is provided through the ACR Election Manual, made available on the AMCLC website prior to the meeting. Candidates are provided an opportunity to address the Council prior to the elections and participate in an informal Meet the Candidate forum on Sunday afternoon. Only those counselors or alternates receiving the appropriate credentials from the Credentials Committee are authorized to vote in the elections. Results from the election are announced on Monday. An orientation is provided for all counselors and alternate counselors on Sunday morning during the AMCLC. This orientation provides an introduction for attendees, including information on governance, council procedures, highlights of the meeting, and ways to get the most out of the meeting. All new attendees, as well as attendees who would like a refresher, are encouraged to attend this meeting. Annual reports are presented to the ACR Council on Sunday and Monday during the AMCLC by the Speaker, Chairman of the Board, ACR Chief Executive Officer, Treasurer, and the Chair of the Resident and Fellows section. Additional reports presented during the AMCLC may include task force, clinical research, or other informational reports. Reference Committee reports are presented to the Council on Tuesday and provide recommendations on the disposition of all matters coming before each committee. The ACR is a membership-based organization. The basis of this structure is the policy-making process. Policies of the college are determined through resolutions which are presented to and ultimately determined by the Council at the AMCLC. Resolutions may be sponsored by a chapter, an individual counselor, the Board of Chancellors, or the Council Steering Committee. Resolutions are assigned to reference committees, which hold open hearings for the council to discuss and debate resolutions. Any member may testify during these open hearings. Specific information on resolutions may be referenced in the document How to Write a Resolution, found on the AMCLC website at amclc.acr.org. Upon arrival at the AMCLC, counselors and alternate counselors register or check in for the meeting, then proceed to the Credentials Committee desk to be appropriately credentialed. In order to complete the credentialing process, a completed conflict of interest form must be on file for each counselor and alternate. Counselors will be given a counselor ribbon to affix to their badge. During the council meeting, counselors and alternates are seated with their chapter or designated group. In order to be recognized to speak during the appropriate periods of the council meeting, individuals must approach a microphone and identify themselves by name and affiliation. In advance of the council meeting, counselors and alternate counselors should prepare by reviewing the agenda materials in order to represent their chapter or society effectively. Counselors should attend the meeting, represent the chapter or society in the council, vote in elections, participate in reference committee hearings, vote during the plenary sessions, serve on committees as needed, prepare and present a report back to your chapter or society, participate in the practice guidelines and technical standards process. Alternate counselors will carry out the duties of the counselor when the counselor is unable to attend the AMCLC. Additionally, they participate in reference committee hearings, caucuses, and the practice guideline and technical standard review process.